Hello. I wanted to have a go at trying to account for the bullets that flew at Trump, each bullet, and try and figure out where they came from, where they went. I currently think there's 10 shots. I think maybe 9, 10, something like that. We'll get into it. The first, I think, hits Trump's ear, hits the railings. The second, I think, hits David Dutch. Third hits the hydraulic line. Fourth hits James Copenhaver. 5, Corey Comperatore. 6 to 8, I think possibly a second might hit Dutch again because he had 2 injuries. Might hit. There's a reports of a female injury somewhere, so maybe one of those shots in the 6th to 8th might have got her. Possible it's only 7. It's only 7 shots rather than 8 because of the echoes, but at the moment I think it's 8. And then there's 1 shot from some kind of local emergency unit team that has a shot at Crooks and misses. That's probably the 9th, and then the penultimate, and then the final one is the sniper taking him out. And I want to go through all the angles and everything, and I do think it's all from Crooks. I don't think there's a second shooter open. It's a weird thing. I'm usually very happy to entertain conspiracy theories, and my mind's open. But at the moment, I actually feel like the mainstream view is actually right this time. Probably loads of people are going to switch off now because I've said that, but I think it's right. I don't think the second shooter's right. I don't think it's staged. A lot of people think it is staged, and I just don't quite buy that. Anyway, so let's just go through it. First shot I think hits Trump's ear, then hits the railing. So the reason I think it hits Trump's ear is because his hand is already moving to his ear before the second shot is heard, and this girl in the back looks like she's seen something before the second shot. So that's why. Let's have a look quick.
A little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
So you have to slow it down, but if
take a look what happened.
So the click pat is click boom, isn't it? And that sound is the first sound is the bullet going past the microphone, supersonic, I believe. This is what I've heard. And then the next sound is the report coming back. So that's the bullet going past. So
what happened?
That's just hit his ear, I reckon. And bam. That second sound there, that next bit, that's the second bullet. She's already reacting. He's already moving his hand to his ear. And he's in that. The only time he's in that position is there's this shot of the second bullet, and it matches up with his position in this video here, where he's that's when he's just moving his hand to his ear. So I don't think that can be the first bullet. I think that's got to be the second bullet. I think it's too low to have hit his ear at the top as well. It's slightly too low a trajectory, and I'm going to show you in a minute that the second bullet hits David Dutch. So if that's the second bullet coming through, it can't be hitting his ear, because that one hits David. Well, I suppose it could hit his ear and hit David Dutch. Yeah, but I just think he's already moving to his ear before he can't react that quickly. If that's the second bullet and he's already got his hand halfway up to his ear, he's not that quick. Yeah, so I think the first bullet hits his ear, and then it hits the railings. You can see in this shot the railing here. So that smoke at the end there. So I think that's the first shot. You hear him saying you want to hear something sad. That's the first shot. You can also hear a dink in this shot here. You can hear the dink of the railing.
If you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened. Really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
It's quite subtle, but I think you can hear the dink. This is from MAGA 2024 channel.
Really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
So I think that's hit the railings. That's it, hit his ear and hit the railings. And I've heard some people talk about, they think the bullets come from this direction because all of these people flinch. But there are some videos, there's a really good wide angle here from Right Side Broadcasting Network, and all of the people that flinch, this one's James Copenhaver. You see him get shot in the 4th, David Dutch gets shot in the 2nd, or you can see it, you can zoom in, and all the other people that flinch, they all get back up again, they're not shot. They're just. I think the reason they're flinching is because they've just heard a massive dink on the railing right next to them, and they've heard the report of the gun over there that direction, and they've just intuitively, instinctively sensed. They might have even felt the bullet. I don't know what a bullet feels like when it goes flying past you, but I think they've instinctively felt that was quite close. That a bullet's just dinked them right there, bam, and that's why they're flinching. That's my explanation. I don't think a shot's come from the water tower or anything like that, or from the forests, or what people are saying. So that's the first shot. The second shot, I believe, hits David Dutch. So this one's quite a good close-up of it.
That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hopefully you can see that above my picture. I think you can.
Really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
So that looks like the first shot. He just thinks, what's that? But he's not hit. And then the second shot, he's definitely hit, I think.
I really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
He's hit in that second shot, and he goes down. So that's the second shot. And then the third shot, I think, hits the hydraulic line, because you can hear it fizz in this video.
I really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
That fizz, you can hear it on the third shot.
A couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
So the fizz starts right on that third shot, and I'm assuming it's going to be an immediate reaction if it's that much pressure, and it was coming out and a lot of pressure, it was flying everywhere. So I don't think it would be a delayed reaction from a first or second bullet and then it breaks. That's the third shot. So I feel, semi-confident that was where the third shot went. Then the fourth and the fifth, I think a chap on Twitter called Oliver Alexander is quite good. He's got a lot of good footage on this, and I think he thinks Corey Comperatore was the fourth, but I think he's the fifth, because basically, let's have a look at James Copenhaver. So I think James is the fourth.
He just said, take a look at what happened.
Could be the fourth, could be the fifth, but basically it's not the first three. He's okay. He's just putting his hand to his chest because he's heard something. He's worried. He's heard that dink probably, but I don't think he's hit in the first three.
He just said, take a look at what happened.
Now he's hit. And I think the reason this fourth is, it does look to me when you slow it right down that he's going down before the fifth, although it's quite hard to
He just said, take a look at what happened.
I think he's going down. I think he gets hit on the fourth straight away. I think he's already going down before the fifth. And then the other reason is because when you look at Corey Comperatore, I missed it. You see his hat come off. So his hat flies off there. This is all from the RSBN footage, zoomed in. And I think that's on the fifth rather than the fourth shot. I don't think it really matters, but I just want to be accurate. I just think that's the fifth rather than the fourth. So, not that it matters massively, but I think, yeah, James Copenhaver on the fourth, Corey Comperatore on the fifth. Then you've got the sixth to the eighth. I heard some people have said there's only 4 shots in that second volley rather than 5, but it sounds to me quite clearly 5. I mean, this one, if you just listen here. Bam, 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 bam. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm pretty sure it's 5. There's a lot of other clips where you can hear it as 5. I think maybe the confusion, there could be echoes, and there could be, that could be the one where there's an echo and we're actually hearing. I don't think so, though. I think it's 5. I think the shots where it sounds like 4 is probably because the audio equipment of the mobile phone is when shots and echoes are overlapping, the sound isn't separating the sounds properly enough, and I think it's probably just dodgy audio equipment from mobile phones that are making it sound like it's 4. But I don't know, but it sounds like that was 5. Obviously, if they give us the shell casings and all that kind of stuff, the FBI will be able to tell us that in more detail. But we'll have to wait for that. So I think it's 5. So 6 to 8. I think one of that 6 to 8 hits. 1 second. Sorry. I think one of those 6 to 8 hits David Dutch again, because David Dutch apparently had 2 injuries. Here you can see him as he's walking out. He's holding 2 places. There was reports of him getting hit in the chest and the liver. Another place said stomach and liver. He looks like he's putting his hands on 2 different pressure wounds there. So I can only think that he got hit again while he was down. One of the shots from the 6 to 8 range actually got him again. In the stomach, probably, because it looks like the one in the second shot looks like it's about there. I don't know, but that's my guess. But I haven't got video of that. But yep. And then one of the 7th to the 8th, one of the other shots, I've heard some reports of a female injury. Only 2, but this is the Butler County DA, Richard Goldinger.
I don't know names specifically at this point. I know, there's a female that was injured. Male was killed.
There's a female that was injured, and this chap says a female got injured as well.
And another woman, I don't know exactly where she was in the police. I think she was either behind me or to the right of me. She got around she got hit in the forearm and hand, it looked like.
Now that's just 2 reports. I would also just say that this chap, I'm not sure is totally reliable. I don't want to be mean or anything, but he's obviously gone through a tough situation, but a lot of what he said doesn't seem to check out. He said he was standing next to Corey Comperatore and he helped carry him out, but I don't think he did. I don't think he was next to him. So I don't know whether you can trust what he's saying here, but some of what he's saying is going to be true and some not. So I don't know. It's possible one of those 6 to 8 shots hit a female, but maybe she just didn't report it, didn't want the media attention. Maybe it wasn't too serious. So although a shot to the hand is quite serious. Anyway, so that's my guess, and then there's still 1 bullet that's maybe just missed. I don't know. Then the 9th, I think, is local authorities. So where was the video? Here, the same guy, Richard Goldinger, the Butler District Attorney, said that a local person shot and missed.
Butler County District Attorney Rich Goldinger confirms one of the Emergency Services Unit team members fired at shooter Thomas Crooks.
It's my understanding he did not neutralize him, but that a sniper from the Secret Service fired the shot that neutralized Mr. Crooks.
So that's 2 shots from, not at the stage from the authorities, and one of them missed. And that's probably this shot at the end of this 5. That little click at the end there, that's probably the local authorities. Or the emergency service team. I don't know who it is. There's I don't know. My thinking is, where's the picture? There's a good picture. So my thinking is, somebody's probably had a shot at him. Maybe somebody from one of these windows. Somebody's reached up. Somebody had a shot, and I'd imagine, this is my guess, is like Crooks has probably turned around again with his gun, and they've had to kind of check back again. And then Crooks has turned back around and got himself back in position, and that's when the snipers got him. Because you kind of think, if somebody's got a shot at Crooks, why don't they just kill him? What would stop? If he's climbed up that ladder and got a shot at Crooks, why didn't they kill him? But presumably Crooks has just turned his gun around. That's the only thing I can think of to stop them. He didn't fire though, Crooks, so I'm not sure, but something like that. And then the sniper, I think the sniper that got him is the guys on this south barn, because there was the New York Times said they did a study of audio forensics from this camera footage, which I think is the one I just showed you from here, somewhere around there anyway, and they said they put it at approximately 175 yards. I've seen videos that are closer to the stage where you can hear that shot clearer than videos that are further away from the stage. So I'm guessing it's probably them. They got the shot. And there's also a video, let's see if I got it up. I'm just going to have to pause it and get it lined up. This is that same video I showed you, but listen to the 10th final shot and listen to the crowd's reaction. It's the one, they get him. You can hear by the crowd's reaction, so have a listen. oh, he's got him. As soon as that you hear that final crack, he says, oh, he's got him. You can just tell. And there's another video from that kind of angle where somebody says, he's dead, I've just seen him blow his head off, or something like that. So I think that 10th shot, they get him. It's probably these south snipers. So that's it. And the angle and the directions, I just think they all line up with it being crooks. So these are my lines I've drawn, and just so the first shot, the red one, hits the railings there, and it hits Trump, clips Trump's ear, and so you just draw a line there. It's coming right from where Crooks is, so that makes sense. The next one's Davis Dutch, again exactly the same line right there. Third one hits the hydraulic line, exactly the same line right there. Next one, James Copenhaver. It's all kind of, he seems to be drawing to the left a little bit. Copenhaver, and then there's Corey there. The 6th to the 8th, if it hits Dutch again, he goes back again, gets him there. There's a woman over here, I think maybe gets injured, but possibly. But it's just, it lines up perfectly. That's another angle from the top. I don't know if this is accurate, but in this picture it does seem to line up. And the elevation, well, some people think that there's a sniper in the water tower and stuff, but I think you'll find that screen is in the way. There's a picture here. Again, I don't know how accurate this, but in some of the images it does seem like that screen is probably in the way, blocking the line of sight anyway. You've got these trees that are quite close in the way as well. I think the actual image, the trees are blocking it more than it shows in this image. Another thing to consider is the elevation as well. So there's the tower. It actually goes up. You're on a slight hill there, because I worked out the Crooks is about 5 meters up there, and Trump is about 3.3. I worked out, but maybe more, 3.5, whatever. But it's actually got an incline in the hill there. Well, this is the best I can get. I don't know exactly. This is just Google Maps, a profile of it. It looks like there is a bit of an incline there. I've heard other people say this. So that's kind of, so he's actually firing relatively straight. So the bullets aren't necessarily going to go upwards. They could just be going straight. And then this shot here as well, if you draw a line, the yellow line is somebody else's, but I drew I think the blue and the green are probably a little bit more accurate, because Corey's a little bit lower down and James Copenhaver's a little bit higher up. But it's Trump's head's right in the middle, and basically one of the things I was thinking was, like, how could a bullet hit somebody in the middle of the left bleacher, but then go on to hit somebody at the top row of the right bleacher? Doesn't that suggest it's going up? But in this picture you can actually see that a straight line connects it, and I think this right bleacher might be a little lower down. I think the ground elevation is not actually perfectly level, and so I think that does fit. And so all the lines are kind of fitting. Yeah, I was going to say something else, I can't remember what it is, but so that makes sense. So I think that is, hang on, I've got a thought at the tip of my head. What was I going to say? I can't remember. But so I just don't think even shots from these bullets, second shooters from any of these, the trajectory is just wrong. I mean, maybe one of these two windows, maybe you could argue. Again, I don't know if the trajectory would make sense there, because then it's going uphill, and then when it gets to here, you'd think it might actually clear the second bleacher, but maybe not. Who knows? But I'm kind of satisfied that it's just the Crooks is the shooter. I just don't think the second shooter theory works. What's his name? So this video here, he mentioned about the sound being different. It sounds like two shooters here. Sounds like a different gun, but I just think it's because he's turned the camera around, and the direction that the microphone is pointing in is going to change the tonality of the shots. I think that satisfies me enough. I think he did mention another theory about that volley of 5 is actually quite fast. The world record holder, that's the world record holder. He's shooting those 5 volleys come out in about 0.775 seconds. He's shooting 5 shots, and the world record holder, the fastest shooter in the world or something, or very fast shooter, can get it in about 0.5 seconds. So but then if you think of 5 shots in a second, it's not that hard, I don't think. I'm guessing. I'm not an expert, but I'm guessing that's a second. So you're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam, 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 bam. That doesn't sound Is that hard? I'm in England. We don't have guns over here, but I'm guessing that's not that hard. So 0.77. You know, so the world record holder or something shoots it about this fast. So it's like bam, 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 bam. That's quite fast. Whereas I don't know, Crooks shot it about this pace. Bam, 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 bam. Maybe something like that. Maybe a bit faster. Bam, 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 bam. I just think it might be doable, but I'd like to see a video of somebody who is proficient with these weapons to actually see if they can beat it, see if they can replicate that kind of speed. But again, at the moment, I'm just thinking it's probably Crooks, and I can imagine Crooks in the shooting range practicing this. If he's got mass shooting in his head, he's probably practicing this and wondering how fast he can shoot. I don't know. He's probably practiced it. So I think it's Crooks. I think that's the story. I think all the shots add up. Yep. I can't remember what else I was going to say. I think that's it. I think the main conspiracy is why they allowed it to happen, and whether there was knowledge, whether the FBI have actually conspired to allow this to happen. They've actually deliberately tried to leave that roof empty and stuff. That's the interesting question. Because there's just, I might make a separate video about that. That's where all the conspiracy is for me. Is it just incompetence? Is it just complacency? Or is it, I mean, at the very least, it's probably willful negligence. Something like that, but I don't know. I'll look into that in another video. Anyway, that will do for now. So thanks for listening. Bye-bye.